Hello and welcome to the Fantasy Football section. I'm Tom Webster and it is game week 6. We are currently up to 72 in the Red All Over League, but it is never too late to join us. And if you want to join us, I will put the link in the description down below, also in the comments. Now, it is time for a quick butchers at game week 5, and there's still no local butchers that is willing to sponsor me, so I'm having to buy my own pork pies and sausage rolls, which just isn't fair. But we'll get straight into the top 6. And Ponty Reds are still at the number 1 spot. They have 332 points. Tykes Titans dropped down to 4th with 301. Fresh Pines of Bel Air climbs up to 5th, just shy of the 300 mark, on 296. Someone who has got 300 though is Blackpool Tangerine Army, who holds on to 3rd with 311. We'll start off with the team of the week, and the team of the week is Wrexham. They managed to beat Shrewsbury at home 3-0, meaning they picked up 9 points. Nobody this week got 11 points, and I think that is down to the international break. Remember, no championship, not a lot of League One, and I think there was 2 or 3 cancelled in League Two as well. So we have the team of the week. You know what that means. There has to be a banter team. And that was Newport County. They lost 4-1 at home to Port Vale. And I think they had a few players sent off. It wasn't a good week for Newport fans. Now we move on to the star man of the week, and that is Mickey Demetrio, and he plays for Crew, and he scored a very respectful 16 points this week. But you know, if there's a star man, there must be a pants pick. Somebody who has cost you this week, and it's Kyron Brennan, and he scored -3, conceded 4 goals as a defender, and also got sent off. Him in your side, and he has cost you dearly, and it's shame on you. Now it's time for the People's Champion, and it is Waymaker FC, and they scored a huge 78 points this week. Their biggest scoring player was McGoldrick. He was captained, and he scored 28 points for them. However, they also had Demetriou in their squad. So if they captained him, they got 32 points instead and have been slightly better off, but they did do very well anyway. Now it is time for the one you've been waiting for. It's the participation award. Well done for trying. And if I'm honest with you, I don't think they did try this week. And it goes to Riverside FC, and they scored absolutely nothing. But they were one of 4 teams that scored absolutely nothing this week. So there were another 3 that scored 0 points. And I know what you are thinking, guys. How on earth have I not got the participation award yet? And I'm as shocked as you are. However, I did quite well this week. Yes, I did. I scored 59 points and I placed 7th this week. So I'm steadily climbing up that league table, and I'm currently in 16th overall. Now, this week, I am going to introduce something else. It's the ultimate team, and this is the best possible team that you could have selected. Now, the formation will change depending on the team, and it's also the 2 teams you should have picked. And honestly, the best part of this bit is the graphic will cover my face throughout, so you don't have to look at me, but you do have to listen. So we'll start with the formation. To gain maximum points this week, the best formation to play was a 3-2-1 formation. And starting in goal, we have Owen Evans of Cheltenham. He scored 9 points. In defence, we have a combination of Tom Bradbury of Cheltenham. He scored 16 points. Mickey Demetrio, obviously your star man from Crew. He scored 16 points. And Niall Canavan from Barrow, who scored 13 points. Moving on to midfield, we have the duo of Elliot Lee of Wrexham. He scored 12, and Liam Kelly of MK Dons scoring 10. And finally, up top, we have Laurent Tolège. He plays for Port Vale, and I'm sorry to Port Vale fans and to Tolège. I've probably butchered his name, and he's probably not pronounced that at all. But he scored 15 points. Now, two teams you could have gone for is your best. Notts County, they picked up 9 points, and also Port Vale, who picked up 9 points. Now, also you could have the team of the week, Wrexham, who picked up 9 points, but they were the only three, and obviously no maximum there. If the star man is captain, you'll get double points. So that all combines to a maximum of 125. If you had any of those players in your team, or you picked any of the teams picking up the 9 points, congratulations. You have done very, very well. Now we look ahead to game week 6. I'm going to start by suggesting a team to pick, and that team is Doncaster Rovers. They face Harrogate Town away from home, and I think Doncaster will have far too much for Harrogate, who have been pretty poor this season. Now it's a team you should avoid, and I'm going to say Burnley. Although they have been pretty good this season, they face stiff opposition in Leeds at Elland Road, and I think this one's going to be tight, possibly a 1-0 win to Leeds. As much as I would love Leeds to get embarrassed and absolutely spanked at home by Burnley, I just think it's going to be a tight game, so I would avoid that. And now it is time for Transfer Tinder, and I've been told by quite a few people that they quite like this section, so I'm going to extend it a little bit this week. And I'm going to start by with Adam Phillips. He's been in sensational form at the moment. He's 4 goals in 3 games, and he's been absolutely brilliant. He looks very, very sharp. And I'm going to say swipe left and avoid him. After he scored on Saturday, he came off injured. He looks like he has pulled something. So I would avoid Adam Phillips. He is an injury doubt. Now I'm going, next player is Dennis Kirkin from Sunderland, and I've probably butchered his name as well, and I am sorry. He is a defender, and he's picked up quite a lot of points this season, and they face Wayne Rooney's Plymouth. And I don't know why, but you have to say Wayne Rooney's before any team that Rooney actually manages. So anyway, they have been abysmal in front of goal and only scored 2 goals. So I can't see Plymouth troubling Sunderland's defence. So I think Kirkin will have a good afternoon. Moving on now to Jack Payne of Colchester. He's scored some good points this season, and I am going to swipe right again because they're up against Morecambe, who have been truly abysmal this season. They have been, well, they haven't picked up a point, and I think he will score a goal and pick up some points for my team. So he's going into my side. And finally, another one to avoid, and that is Danny Ward's Huddersfield. It's time to swipe left on him. Danny, it doesn't matter who they face because he's not going to be playing. He picked up a red card for an elbow just before the international break, and it's a 3-game ban, so he will not be playing. Now, you may think I'm talking absolute rubbish. You may think I'm talking absolute sense, but no matter what it is, get it in the comments down below, and I will reply to every single one. We had a comment last week from a Mr. Mushu, I think, and he said he was putting Donovan Pines in his side because he played really well. Well, I'm sorry he didn't. I put him in my side too, and I think he scored 2 points. He also said he was refusing to put Adam Phillips in his squad because it would then hinder him because he thinks he's cursed. So I'm blaming you for Donovan Pines not having a good game, Mr. Mushu. Anybody else want to comment? And I will get back to you, and I may even read your comment out on the show. Thank you very much for listening to me talk. And this has been the fantasy football section.